Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Neil, and it's time for another episode of Lost. This is going to be episode 12, and this one's called Whatever the Case May Be, which immediately makes me think of the cliffhanger of last episode, which was unfortunately dulled a little bit for me, but they revealed this steel plate in the middle of the island. When I say they, I mean Locke and Boone. I'm pretty sure that's going to end up being the hatch, but it was a big mystery for first-time watchers. And it could well be like I could see the imagination going to it being a steel case of some sort, you know, a treasure chest, for lack of a better word. So maybe the title's a bit of an allusion to that. Let's talk a little bit more about what's happened in previous episodes. Charlie nearly died last episode, and I commented on the sort of Jesus imagery of him when he wasn't breathing, the vine around his head. I said it looked like a crown of thorns. In retrospect, I think it looked more like a halo. And what were halos? Angels. Charlie, angels. It's a thing. I don't know if that was intentional. It sure felt like it. It was so perfectly placed behind his head that I feel like that was something that was intentional on the production's behalf. Charlie's finally lost his knuckle letters. The L, the A, the T, I know they all came off. I can't remember whether the E came off as he was leaving clues for Jack and Kate to follow. Presumably they aren't going to go back on, but who knows. I was always waiting for him to, like, originally they said hate, and then he changed the H to an L, and I kept waiting for him to change the L to a K, you know, although, you know, clearly he has more of a thing for Claire than for Kate, but I just thought that would have been a neat little throwaway. But they became a bigger plot point than I ever thought they would. I thought they were just kind of a little nuance, and they ended up being how Jack and Kate managed to find him and save him. So how about that? And I also noticed that when the first one came off, just the L, then what would have been left would be 8, which is a number. I'm tracking the numbers. Don't you guys worry. I think I've got everything so far. I'm sure I've missed something, but we'll see when they become important. But let's talk a little bit more about Claire, because I'm not sure I've really unpacked her flashback from a couple episodes ago enough yet. Her whole experience with the psychic is fascinating, because we clearly are led to believe, and I don't think there's really any debate about this, that psychic had real psychic abilities, because he knew that Flight 815 in particular was going to crash. And if he had that precise knowledge, then it makes sense that he also had precise knowledge that somehow or other Claire's child had to be raised by Claire, otherwise terrible things would happen. So that's two very clear psychic images that this psychic has received. So why didn't he see that the others were going to kidnap Claire? You know, she's been abducted at this point. We know that there's more than one. It's not just Ethan, based on Charlie's testimony, although I find it weird that Charlie didn't see anything, didn't hear anything, doesn't remember anything. That feels more like he's got the fear of God in him than that he's got amnesia about the whole thing. But who knows? Maybe he literally doesn't remember. But he does remember that there were more than one, that there were others. So yeah, why didn't the psychic know Claire was going to get abducted? And it seems clear at this point now that Ethan actually did want to harm Claire's baby. That's probably why she was abducted. The future of her baby is not looking good right now. I wonder if we're going to spend a little bit of time with her and the others, or is her abduction going to remain more mysterious to us, the viewers, as well? I don't know. I thought it was weird that this just kind of niggled me at the time last episode, but I didn't say anything about it. I thought it was weird that Sawyer mentioned that the tide was coming up and that he had to move the signal fires, and it's like that's the first time anyone's ever talked and that the tide was coming up to the fuselage, and it's like that's the first time anyone's talked about the tide. We've never seen the water up at the fuselage level. So I mean, is Sawyer up to something there? Is he just messing with Saeed's head? Definitely those two definitely don't have a trusting relationship. So that could just be Sawyer being his usual dickish self. But it just seemed like an odd comment, and it was niggling at me. But then crazier stuff happened, and I forgot to say anything about it. Okay, guys, let's get right into it. This is episode 12 of season 1 of Lost, and it's called Whatever the Case May Be. Whoa. Somebody mentioned that Kate really likes, like Evangeline Lilly really likes climbing trees. So they're clearly taking advantage of that.
Ow!
Who'd he hit?
The hell are you doing?
The hell are you doing?
I was protecting you.
From what, southern perverts?
Whatever.
You don't hear that?
River, waterfall, paradise.
Hey,
Well, skinny dipping time.
come on, Freckles.
Oh, he's not stripping down. All right. Uh-oh. All the jaders out there are gonna hate this. Uh-oh, what does she see? Is that a body? Oh no. Are they just strapped into their seat? Oh man. Oh, well, that ruined paradise awfully quick. Ugh.
I want to go check them out.
Check them out for what?
See what they got on them.
What a scavenger. Oh. That's a secure looking suit briefcase. Take the wallet. What a little con man. She's gonna come back for it, isn't she?
Help me with that case.
Oh, okay.
It's mine.
She knows it. Why is it under their seat? What's in the case, Kate? Like, she definitely recognized it, didn't she? Did it belong to the marshal originally? Is there a gun in there or something? Like,
That case ain't yours, is it?
I think Sawyer knows that she was the prisoner.
No.
It strikes me that he knows where the marshal was, and he would have checked her out on the plane because he's such a dog. So he knew she was sitting next to the marshal.
Something you want to tell me about this little suitcase, Freckles?
Nope.
Take it.
Everything is getting washed out to sea. This can't be normal. The tide shifting so suddenly, rising in so short a time.
Yeah.
There's a lot not normal around here.
Okay, so it is abnormal. It just seemed so weird when Sawyer mentioned it.
I need you to take me back to the French room. Claire's still out there. Now, Rousseau mentioned that there are others on this island.
Her mind is gone.
You heard them yourself.
It was the wind playing tricks.
Keep telling yourself that, Saeed.
What about the papers that you took from her?
Skilled at mathematics and decryption, but these equations are beyond anything I've ever seen.
Equations?
There are these notes in French accompanying some of the maps and diagrams. If I could translate them,
Well, Shannon
I
speaks
might be able to make
French.
sense of it, but perhaps some things are best left untranslated.
Yeah? Maybe you should tell him that.
Man, his throat's a mess.
You and Locke have been leaving before sunrise and coming back after dark for the last 4 days. What are you doing out there?
Oh, wow. So they've uncovered whatever it is, the hatch.
We're looking for Claire. Don't you see the way they look at us around here? They don't take us seriously. We're a joke. You're useless.
Are we finally going to get some Shannon and Boone backstory? That'd be nice. But I get the title now applies to whatever that case may be. Can we all assume it belongs to the marshal? And it's got Kate's prisoner records or whatever in it?
So, what brings you to New Mexico?
I'm a photographer.
Everyone down on the ground!
Whoa.
Down on the ground!
I was expecting bank fraud, not bank robbery.
Good. Now let's open the money cage now, before people start getting killed.
Huh. Is that somehow when she got in trouble with the law? Is she really a photographer? Well, she definitely wants the case. Oh, it's right between his legs. You're not going to get it away from him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not here for the case at all. You want to try for it again?
What will she do for the case? Sawyer wants to find out, that's for sure. Ugh, every time I see Shannon tanning, it pisses me off.
I need a favor.
You speak French.
You're the only person on this island who speaks French.
I barely speak French.
Please, Shannon. Could you at least try?
She almost likes being useless. It's weird.
There ain't no lock I can't pick.
What you trying to do? Pick the lock on the Halliburton.
How do they all know that?
You gotta hit it with something hard, like a sledgehammer. Or the axe.
No, but Boone's got the axe.
Did anybody see you take it? No? Good.
I don't think so.
Let's get to work.
They're doing something more than... They're not telling anyone about what they found.
You think you're the only one on this island that's got something to be sad about? Baby, I got sob stories for you, so why don't you grab the other end of this thing and help me?
Be a good guy, Charlie. Come on. How can you say no? There you go. You'll feel better. Whatever the case may be. What's in the case? What's in the box? Man, those Halliburton cases. Does that have to do with, like, Halliburton, the military contracting company? Is this, like, a widely known thing?
Physics, my ass.
It's a good case.
Hey!
What's in the case? What's so... Oh, man, he's, like, properly chasing her down.
You're gonna have to come up with a new move. God! Okay, this is just silly.
You're the one that just chased her down.
You tell me what's inside, and I'll give it to you. At this point, all I care about is satisfying my own curiosity. All right.
It's now or never. Keep your head down.
Oh, jeez.
Shoot him! Let him go! Shoot him!
I don't know how to use a gun!
Okay, little hero.
No, I'm really sorry.
Shut up!
Let you and me go talk.
We know she doesn't know how to use a gun. She didn't know how to use the one back in the second episode that she took off Sawyer.
I don't know how to use a gun.
Oh, she's with them?
Classic.
Is she the brains of the operation? She's a freaking bank robber. I would have pegged her for, like, loan fraud or something maybe, but she's a freaking bank robber.
You worry about the French, I'll take care of the math.
I can't do this.
Where did you learn to speak French?
I knew this guy.
I really want the Shannon Boone story one day. Like, I want to learn more about them.
We got a problem.
We have a problem, or you have a problem?
You're the only one who knows about me.
Oh, son's gonna know, because...
Before I left for Sydney, the marshal who was escorting me, he had the silver case.
What was in the case?
Some of his personal stuff.
And a gun.
And 4 9mm.
4 guns will change the dynamics of the...
So where's the case now?
Sawyer has it.
So what do you need me to do?
Be the leader?
I know where the key is. The marshal kept it in his wallet, in his back pocket.
I buried him, Kate.
I know.
Oh, man.
Where?
What else is in the case, Kate?
Full.
Nothing.
Her record.
That's the truth. If you want my help, we're gonna open the case together.
So why didn't you put him with the others?
Because I needed to bury him.
Because I killed them.
You got 3 seconds to give me that damn key. 3.
All right.
She went in to be the leverage. What a horrid job that must be. A tropical corpse.
You want me to...
No, I'll do it.
Yeah, you better. Why would he have 4 9mm? It seems like excessive. Ew. Maggoty goodness. Ugh.
That was real good sleight of hand, distracting me with the wallet.
Jack's catching on.
Jack,
Don't.
She's a liar. You can't trust her. You know, I think right up till now, I always wanted Kate to be like wrongfully accused or something, but it's becoming clear that she wasn't, and she's a bad woman.
There's something about this that is so familiar.
You've been telling me what sounds very much like nonsense for the past hour, and now it seems familiar.
Or is it a poem?
So what can I do you for?
You're gonna give it to me. The antibiotic I've been giving you for the knife wound in your arm. But I'm gonna stop giving you the pills.
That's a nice story, Jack. And even if it were true, I don't think you could do it. You're wrong.
Yeah, I feel like Jack's embellishing a bit.
But however she talked you into doing this, she lied, brother.
Yeah. Kate's a liar, that's for sure.
I let you in. Now, please, let the girl go.
The girl is the one who set you up. The girl picked this bank, picked this vault. Self.
Hey!
She doesn't want to kill anyone, at least.
You're not that cool.
Wow!
What the hell's going on here?
I need the key to safety deposit box 815 now.
Who are you?
The key?
Safety box 815.
You put me up to this to get into a safe deposit box? I swear to God, you better kill me, Maggie. Because if you don't...
My name's not Maggie.
Is she actually Kate? Man, every new line, it's like new information, and I don't know what to think about this woman. So she staged a bank robbery to get into a safety deposit box that she knows about but doesn't have access to. So are we going to find out what was in that safe deposit box? Ammo and a gun, 2 guns, and...
Is this it? Is this what you wanted?
He's not even going to open it. I'd be pissed off if I was him. How much she's been lying to me. What's up with the... Why is that so important? I mean, other than the fact that it's a plane and we're a plane crash show. So there was a plane in box 815.
I want the truth. Just this once. What is it?
It belonged to the man I loved.
Stop lying to me. Tell me the truth.
It belonged to the man I killed.
So she is a killer. Who did you kill? So she's a murderer. That's clearly beyond the guys that she shot in the bank. She killed somebody before all of that. So I feel like this whole storyline on the beach, and this has been confirmed a bit by some of you commenters, is that this is very much location related. Like, they were having location problems shooting on the first beach in Oahu, so they had to find a new location. That's why they built the cave set, and it looks like we've moved away from that iconic first location and the fuselage.
It's a fine line between denial and faith.
I like that line.
It's much better on my side.
Charlie needs a hug.
I'm not the one that can help you.
I know they built the cave set on a sound stage in Oahu, but I'm trying to figure out whether this is a set as well, or this is out on location somewhere.
They're song lyrics. And your French woman, she wrote them over and over and over again.
What's the song?
La mer, des reflets changeants sous la pluie.
Where have I heard that? It's very familiar. And I don't know if I've heard the English version or... Jack's moved on from Kate. So who did she kill? Now we have the new mystery. What number is on that plane wing? 5025? Well, we learned a lot more about Kate finally. And they had a fun time messing with our view of her over the course of that episode. First, we think she's a victim. Like, I've been... Because Evangeline Lilly has been playing Kate so smart and friendly and sweet and all of these things. I think everyone in the audience, or the vast majority of people in the audience, have been holding out hope that she is somehow wrongly convicted, or she's arrested for something that was entirely justified, or something along those lines, but that she was still a good person. Then we see her apparently just sort of caught in the middle of a bank robbery. Turns out she engineered that. Turns out it was the first time. It was that bank in particular. It was, she basically seduced a guy, got him and his buddies to do this. She was the brains behind the operation. And the ultimate goal, although she didn't tell the guys, was to break into security box number 815, same as the flight number of Oceanic. So clearly, I mean, that's an obvious odd connection. Box 815, and inside that safety box was just a little envelope, and we assume that in that envelope was this model plane that she finally got out of the case, and that she killed the man that it belonged to. So, multiple questions. Who did she kill? Did she actually love him? I think so. I think yes, she did. But who was he? No idea. Next question. Why did this guy have a safety deposit box with a little model plane in it and nothing else? So why is this little model plane so valuable and important? We did see that number on the wing at the very end, 5025. I can't imagine it's like valuable. The plane itself is valuable enough that you would lock it up, but who knows? Clearly it's valuable to Kate, although we're not positive that that's her name anymore. We know she was using Maggie. I think her name is still Kate. Because I feel like the marshal referred to her, but she was using Maggie, and now I'm doubting everything. We know it's not Maggie, but maybe it's not Kate either. Man, this show makes your brain go through mental gymnastics at the end of every episode and all the way through. But why does Kate want this plane so much? Like, clearly it was valuable to the guy that she loved and killed, but it's also valuable to her, and I think it's valuable as more than just a memento or a keepsake. Like, there's something more to this. So there's more mystery to Kate's backstory. They're not going to spell it all out immediately, but I like that we're getting back. We're getting deeper into her history. Last episode we got deeper into Jack's. So we're learning more about them, but they remain just as mysterious. Just new mysteries. Old mysteries get answered, new mysteries get asked. I think that's going to be the formula on this show for 6 whole seasons. Hopefully at the very end, most are answered. That's all I can ask for at this point. So Shannon. We finally got a little more about Shannon. She's definitely got it beat into her head that she is useless. And, her brother tells her that enough. I'm sure other people have too. But it seems that she's almost comfortable in that, like she's the last one to ever help. She's sunbathing. She doesn't think she can speak French. She doesn't want to help, even though she's the only one who can speak French, because that would somehow make her reevaluate her own belief about who she is. That's messed up. But that's a real psychological thing. People act to preserve their self-identity, even if it's a negative self-identity. It was fun seeing her and Saeed, who is clearly one of the most intelligent / intellectual of all characters. An interesting dichotomy there. That song, the tune, the melody is very familiar to me. I'm not sure I've ever heard it in French, but I feel like I've heard an English version, but because I'm hearing the French lyrics, I can't place it. I want to know what it is before I do my next reaction video next week. So hopefully in the intervening week I can figure this out. I liked Rose's line at the end there with Charlie, where she said it's a fine line between denial and faith. You know, she believes her husband is still alive, and she's got her faith to back that up, and her faith in God. Clearly, she's obviously a Christian woman who relies on her faith in moments of difficulty, and I like that she's sort of helping Charlie pray at the end there, you know, when he finally breaks down and maybe starts processing properly what's really happened to Claire. I'm fascinated what Locke and Boone are doing in the jungle, because they purposely didn't show us. All we know is that they brought the axe up. The story they're telling is that they are still looking for Claire. You know, it's 4 days after she's been missing, or more, but I feel like they're doing something else, and I feel like it's related to, I'm going to call it the hatch, because I'm pretty sure it is the hatch. I don't know what people were calling it at this point back then, because it was just a steel plate in the jungle buried in the mud. But I think they're doing something with it, trying to get in, presumably. I like that we finally answered the what did Kate do mystery, although there's new mysteries. Who did she kill? Why did she need to get that model plane? You know, the fact that there's a plane in a safety deposit box number 815, and then the plane crash, Oceanic 815. I mean, that's obviously not coincidental, that's intentional, but I don't know what that means. You know, is that just in the story? Is that just a coincidence? But it doesn't mean we have to pay attention to every coincidence in the show. Is coincidence important in Lost, I guess is my point. Because there's clearly no direct connection between a safety deposit box in New Mexico and a flight from Sydney to Los Angeles. They just happen to share the same number, but they're both clearly massively relevant to Lost. So what? Why? What's the... do we just have to accept that coincidence is incredibly important in this show? I'm willing to do that. I'm taking my notes just because of that. I'm tracking my numbers. I hope you guys are enjoying my mental gymnastics as I go through these debriefs at the end of every reaction. I'm having a heck of a lot of fun. I hope you guys are enjoying following along. I really appreciate all of you who are sharing the journey with me. Until the next one of these, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.